is rooted in, the very essence of where you come from. Those women that you say you saw being as entrepreneurs, the people that we would never hear about, the people that we'll never see. And it's up to us to document and to let people know that, hey, those things that we say we need in our community, we do have one another within the community to provide those services, as well as those goods, no matter what it is. Also, I do believe that in modern time, there is a grand shift towards entrepreneurship that I hope will resurface that level of integrity. And you yourself, you have a product and a brand, Rhythm and Culture Specialty Coffee. Can you tell us about that?
So yes, Rhythm and Culture LLC is the parent company to Rhythm and Culture Coffee House. The reason why I chose it this way is because I'm also into creating spaces for adults, not necessarily club atmosphere, things like that, but it's more of like partnership, collaboration. So when I think of my coffee house that soon will be coming, I'm thinking of how can I collaborate with a local artist that's trying to get exposure with their art, and maybe they can display it in the coffee house? Or how do I get a local, let's say, songstress that want to come in and she wants to get her music known, and I can collaborate with her? Or how do I partner with a local bakery that can be able to bring goods in? So it's not necessarily about how do Africa get her coffee known and become this major coffee house. It's more of like, how do I partner and collaborate with other business owners to be able to get that? So that's where Rhythm and Culture Coffee House is. I feel like the rhythm of coffee inspired the culture to continue to move forward, because we all know that the coffee bean was, derived from Africa. We all know these things, and that part of it, I want to take it back to the root. So when I named my brand Rhythm and Culture, it is exactly what it is putting the rhythm and the beat back in the culture of the African diaspora, and just being inclusive to all artists. Because I felt like even with the coffee bean, it's only maybe 2% Blacks ownership in there, and that's including the farmers. And once I did let me go back a little bit. Once I did, it's so crazy because my mom was an avid coffee drinker, like avid, like she'd rather drink coffee than drink water. But growing up, I just did not like it. I was just like, I don't really understand why she is so infused into this coffee. Get into college, I have 2 children at the time. I have a full-time job. I got a mortgage. I got like big girl responsibilities, still trying to put myself through college, and pay for this out of my pocket. And I remember stopping at the store trying to get some coffee, and I just like didn't know how to drink it, overindulged in it, kind of regurgitated it up everywhere. And then eventually it was like a necessary staple in my house. Over time, it became a whole love for it. I had a taste for it. I knew how to, craft drinks. I knew how to taste a good bean. I knew how to just go, like here in New Orleans, it's a local place where you can go roast your beans. Like I just got into it. But when 2 years ago, I did the African ancestry and I traced my maternal roots back and was able to trace it all the way back to Cameroon, and remember and found out, I would say, that Cameroon is the 3rd largest coffee, I would say, industry. I found out that Cameroon is where we're from. We were taken, my maternal family was taken from Cameroon and, shipped down to Haiti, and then from Haiti to New Orleans, which is crazy that I'm here. And then from New Orleans to Vicksburg, from Vicksburg to Earl, Arkansas, from Earl, Arkansas to Jonesboro, Arkansas, where I'm from. And that took me about a year to figure that out. So when I start putting 2 and 2 together, my love of coffee, Cameroon being known for having the sweet coffee and Robusta and Arabica, like all those things really started solidifying my purpose. Like you really helped me know exactly what I wanted to do. But business is tricky, because if you really do not sit down and have a conversation with God about what it is you're supposed to do, you will get so highly intimidated, you will not move forward. So I had to really sit back and know my whys of why rhythm and culture was going to be important moving forward. So that's why I started with the LLC. of just rhythm and culture, and then going to do a DBA of rhythm and culture coffee house, because that's the first focus, is to get the coffee house established and get the loyalty established, and people understand that, you know, my local community understands that I love coffee. They know that. Like, it's a given. If you know anything about me, you know Africa loves coffee. But to be able to spread that love and do it with openness, and still learning about coffee and still learning about other people that's trying to be in the coffee business, it took a lot for me to really step back and get out of my own way. So with Rhythm and Culture Coffee House, I decided to do specialty because I was very conscious about African Americans and their health. I did not want to add additives that would eliminate the diabetic, or eliminate the person that's dealing with high blood pressure, or, you know, dealing with the person that's dealing, you know, with hormonal issues.